Hello, everybody. This is Life Unscrpted, episode number 12. Yes, Sirski. I'm your host, Ron. We here with Zany and with
Duratio.
And we got a special guest today. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to introduce himself yet because I got an intro. This time it's a little bit more thought of because we had to run it back. Replay like we fed you up. You know what I'm saying? But the introduction for him is, I had to say, I knew him my whole life down there. And one thing that stood out to me, there's a couple things. First one is, he is an endurance warrior. I remember back when we was both playing football and my dad used to do the Saturday trainings. This man endurance was S+++. I remember it was insane how he just would take off. I couldn't catch it. And mind you, I would try. He would be gone. He would be so gone. Like we used to run the stadium, sprint up the hill, do the bleachers, run down and go around, and he was gone. Like literally, he was an endurance warrior. I don't know how he did it. I'm gonna ask him after this. But that's one part of the intro. The second part, he a genius. You know what I'm saying? He real smart. Like that's one thing I really noticed. He was real smart. You know what I'm saying? Also on that, he funny too. He a comedian at the same time. So he got all them characteristics: physical, mental, soulful. You know what I'm saying? So he can introduce his name now. Anything else you want to say?
What's going on, y'all? I'm Devin, aka Pharaoh, aka your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Jack of all trades, like he said, man. Like I try to do it all. So kicking it today with Life Unscrpted.
Facts.
Chilling.
Now let me ask you this: we're rolling that first topic, and if y'all hear some cutting in the backyard, we got a chef that's preparing food for us. Y'all already know how we do it over here.
You're leaving that first intro part in. You leaving that in.
They not editors. I got the last say. Oh, so we gonna see about it. I want to talk about content creation, and the struggles that come with it, and I'll let you lead it off. Just off that topic, where does that take your mind?
Like the struggles of getting into it, or just
whatever you want.
It going?
Content creation and the struggles.
Personally,
take it however you want. Take it however you want.
Just taking it day by day, bro. Like,
let's switch it then. Content creation. Then we'll add the second part after. Just content creation.
In general?
Yeah, just talk about it how you want.
I mean, I like every step of the process, bro. Like the way y'all was setting up the lights beforehand and like just studying like cameras and microphones and like really taking the time to like learn about storytelling for the videos, like to make sure that, you know, they have a distinct beginning, middle, and end, like making it so that the audience take something away from the video and isn't just watching it. So like
you do that even with y'all. Let me let you finish. Keep going.
Yeah, like even the videos I do, like they're just gaming videos, right? But like getting people to invest into what you're making and like have that buy-in. Like you're not just playing a game or you're not just having a conversation. Like you're taking people on a mental journey that they're gonna take with them when the video's over. Like every time somebody watches your videos, they should be changed after. Like they should be a different person. That's how I look at it.
Oh no, that's tough.
That's crazy.
What sparked that way of thinking about content creation? It just came out of the blue, smacked you in the head like Isaac Newton. Is that who made Gravity?
Yeah. Just knowing, I guess just knowing like what your videos can do for people that are watching. Like you're not just like talking to the camera. Like there's somebody on the other end that's dealing with something, living their life, and like you have the opportunity to affect change in their life or to make them think differently or to feel something or like they might be, you know, going through like depression or something like that. So you're like being there for them. You're curing their loneliness. So like you kind of have a bigger job to do than just.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Listen, hearing his explanation on content creation, what that make you think?
That's insane. No, that is true though, because you got to think when I don't know. I watched a lot of YouTube, especially when I was younger, especially in high school. Think about like X Chase Money. This is somebody that's like very prevalent in our life because we watched him for so long. It's people that's probably when we was that age that could be watching us. Like, oh, this dude's kind of cool. And just keep watching all our videos just like that, saying our slang and everything. Just, some people could become a big part of your life. Or you could be a big part of somebody's life without even knowing. Simple as that.
So and you've never seen them before.
Yeah, no fact.
Like,
no fact. Yeah. You know what I learned about recently? I learned that I'm inconsiderate. So
you don't really care.
When he was saying all that effort, all that thought process into it, I was thinking in my head like I do not care. I was just putting it together, drop it, let's just keep it pushing. Like I never sat and put that much thought into it. He's 100% correct. Like I just went, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, that is true. I never really thought about it like that.
Like
either.
I was
The
an
way you
Eminem,
said
like
it,
I ain't your role model type. Like you'll be your
Yeah.
role model.
Yeah.
But that's a real thing though, because it's like I never really thought like, whoa, that is like he broke the fourth wall down there, and like yeah, I know you watching me, so let me take you and have you feel this way from watching me.
Yeah. Never
That
thought
has
about
that changed me? I see that it's a lot of effort, and I'm already swarmed, so I would like to be like that, but
I mean,
couldn't.
you've already gone through the steps of the process, like just with the setup and like coming up with topics. It's just like iterating on that process, like wanting to get better with each video. Like naturally, you're gonna start to incorporate all of these things, and like it's just gonna come to you naturally.
How long did it take you to get that mindset? 'Cause that's a tough mindset. Like I said, I just dropped gems, and I knew I had an idea of how I wanted it to be, and how I wanted it to be received, and I just stuck to that vision.
Well, it's like you said, like when you were setting the camera up, you were talking about like watching your videos back, seeing how you can improve.
Yeah, you
Like,
got to.
You just keep doing that with every single video.
Yeah.
Like finding something that like, oh, I didn't like this, we can fix this for the next one. And then just keep doing that over and over and over again. And like it kind of starts to become an obsession, like an unhealthy one, because you're always like, oh, this ain't good enough. Like, oh, this ain't what I wanted it to be. But like, you know, just overcoming that and then dropping content anyways, even when you don't feel like you're reaching the audience you want to, like still taking that time to want to improve.
Yeah, I'm listening to that. Do you reflect on the videos? Do you look at the videos and see how you could do better as a host?
What's that? I learned to talk a lot. I tell you that much. I learned to talk more. Yeah, that's about it. Not really like in the you do all like the editing and stuff, so I don't really know how to improve on that much. But
like you're contributing to the conversations, you're setting up the lights, like you're part of it too, just as much.
Yeah. No, but it's not like as crazy as he do. Yeah. No.
So you do you reflect on it and like look at how you
Oh
talk?
yeah, 100%.
Like
Oh, we
you
talk
say,
even like how some of the flows, like I can tell when the flow is off. Like, oh, that's like, and I try to figure out why.
Oh, that makes sense.
If it wasn't the person. Or,
that makes sense. So your brain is on it. So what's crazy is I actually stopped. I got so swarmed with work that I was just posting. I couldn't, and I was like, so let's say for instance this one. We got so much backlogged, right? We still posted from episode 8. This is episode 12. So I haven't even made the clips for episode 8 yet. Like in terms of the timestamps for the Instagram reels, the timestamps for the clips for posts on YouTube, and I do 2 of those a day. So in the midst of all of that, I still gotta watch this one. So it was like, I'm just gonna get that up right now. And just recently when I was talking to my cousin, I was like, I had to realize, like, hold on. I gotta watch it because I can get back improving how I talk and how I look, the flows and all that stuff. So I recently came back and started watching. I just dedicate a whole day to editing. That's what I had to do. I had to dedicate that whole day to when I wake up to when I go to sleep to editing because it takes so long.
Do you have like a specific workflow when you're editing to make things go faster?
So grab the content from here, throw it on a computer, then I watch it one time, normal speed, so I can really get the flow right and how they talking. But at the same time, I deal with don't feel like it. Cause these be 2 hour long, 2 to 2.5 hour long videos.
You watch them all the way through and then go edit?
No, so I edit it first. So what it is there's no heavy editing in this.
Yeah.
I just cut the clips and then make sure the transitions is good. And then I watch it full screen. So after I make sure the transitions is good, I watch it. So then I watch it for that little time. But as you watching it, you gotta like kind of prep yourself for a 2.5 hour video.
Oh yeah.
So that whole chunk of your day gone. And then from there, you got to render it. So after I render it, that's another hour and a half, depending on how long the video, but hour to 2 hour rendering. So I get a little break then, right? Don't come back. And if I'm optimally, I will rewatch it again at 2 times speed for timestamps for clips for Instagram, like the shorts. Then I'll do it again for the clips for YouTube. And that's usually the workflow. And then during the week, I'll break them down. Break it down every day, every work day. But that's usually the workflow. But that it takes a minute to do that.
What are you using to edit actually?
Premiere.
Premiere?
Yeah.
So like what I do is specifically for clips, because I upload clips to Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that, is I'll bookmark it. So like as I'm editing, like okay, this is like a clip I think is funny. I'll bookmark the start and the stopping points, and then once the entire video is done being edited and rendered, I'll go back and cut out all the parts that aren't bookmarked, and then just consolidate everything. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
That's what she did.
So I can't do that because I need to focus on one thing. While I'm doing this, I need to focus solely on that. Like my multitasking skills is abysmal. Yeah, so like I can't do both. Like I try to do that. Like while I'm trying to do the timestamps for the shorts, I try to at the same time get the timestamps for the YouTube. But I just my brain is on two different wavelengths, and then when I'm trying to reflect, I'm not able to get the timestamps for what I'm saying while I'm reflecting.
Yeah.
It would be easy, you know what I'm saying? Only one time I have to watch it. But now I gotta watch it 3 times. Just for me personally. To get it how I want it to be.
See, and that's cool though, because that's your workflow. Like
Yeah.
that's what works for you.
Yeah, it works for me. I just gotta dedicate the whole day to it.
It be taking me 3-4 hours to edit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And
How
another
long
2.
video?
Usually like an hour.
How long video?
Yeah, and then rendering takes like another 2 hours because like I'm trying to bump the quality up.
And a lot of your stuff is gaming, right?
A lot of it, yeah.
Probably most of it. You think that's a little harder to do than more?
It takes a lot more editing.
Editing wise, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because you're trying to like enhance parts that are funny, and like you're trying to keep people's like attention. Like people's attention spans getting lower and lower. So just throwing in like sound effects and music and like zoom ins and stuff like that. Like that takes additional time.
No, it takes
that right there. Yeah.
Them timestamps, like to do all them little things, take so long for me, and them add little effects and stuff like that. But one thing I heard that pointed out to me, do you have anything to say? Because this will be a little switcher.
Keep pushing.
No? So one thing I heard was you said this, amidst not getting the views you think you should be getting because of the work. You said that right, or am I thinking?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Talk about that.
Like in terms of the work you're putting in, not equating to the number of views you think you should get, or like...
Yeah, you said it.
I mean, just knowing the potential of what you're doing in the long run is more meaningful to me than getting like an instantaneous reward now. Because like I know the potential of like what these videos can do. So that kind of is keeping me motivated, even if my views aren't at the numbers I want them to be. And then growing into this mindset that the numbers don't matter as much because you're doing something that you want to do. Like you're having the conversations y'all want to have. I'm making the videos I want to make. So even if I only affect one person, I'm still fulfilling my purpose. Does that make sense?
You said growing into, so I'm guessing you ain't start there.
No.
Let me hear about the origin point.
Just being overly obsessed with the numbers. Like starting out thinking I was going to get to this number this fast and then not getting there and being disappointed that I didn't grow like how I wanted to, and then going back and being like, oh, why didn't I do that? It must be my fault. It must be me. When really it's just you got to give people time to flood in. Like people like that's why I like how y'all post all your clips the way that you do, because y'all are posting pretty much daily. You're increasing your discoverability that way. But when you only post once a week or something like that, like you're not giving your content the opportunity to grow and to reach the audience it's supposed to reach. So it's just not taking it personally that you're not getting the views, but then just keeping it pushing. Like, how
difficult was that period for you while you was in that mindset? Did that affect your consistency? Did that affect your frequency?
It made me think about quitting a couple of times, just because it was like, oh man, I'm not doing what I set out to do. But what I set out to do wasn't tied to numbers and metrics. It was tied to fulfilling a purpose for the people that watch.
That's so tough, because this is not just content creation right here, y'all. This is not just content creation. This is, what does he have? If I want to break this down utility wise and transfer it across every field, he has expectations and he's putting in heck of work, and that hard work ain't equating what he think he should have.
Yeah, that happens often. Like real often.
He gave the solution to that. Remember why you're doing it. Keep it aligned with your long-term goals.
Yeah. What if the reason why you're doing it is to reach those numbers?
That's why people quit, though. That's why people drop.
That's what I'm saying.
But listen, that's a good question, though. What happened if that is your reason? Always innovate.
Switch something up. That's what you're saying.
At the same time, it's difficult. I do trading. I want to hit them numbers, but then my strategy not working. So then, slow down. get a strategy, right? That you think is gonna take you the views that you'll be getting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you gotta know when to switch it, but not be too quick to switch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like for him, let's say the goal is just the views. Okay, I said sit down, make a plan. I post these gameplay videos like this, editing it like this. Okay, let's see how that works for 2 months or a month, and let's reflect on it. Okay, I didn't get how I wanted. Maybe I should move this piece, put this piece here, or maybe he's thinking maybe that month wasn't long enough. Maybe it was just a little thing like I gotta increase the frequency. Maybe I'm not uploading enough videos. Maybe I should. So you gotta know the fine line between switching up too fast, but not waiting long enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Doing the same thing for too long.
Yeah.
So it's a delicate process. What you guys say about that?
I think you got to stay true to your vision, whatever
Facts.
it originally was. Like, trying to switch things up just to appeal to a bigger audience is like this how people suffer from burnout. You know, like, oh, I'm only doing this because I want what comes with it, like what the reward is going to be. But like when you actually have something you're trying to like give to people, that sticks with you longer and motivates you. Like, oh, I'm not growing the way I want to, but I'm still doing what I feel I'm supposed to be doing.
Then how do you balance that with continually improving?
Just wanting it to be better. Like, okay, my views aren't what they are. Like when I started YouTube, I took Mr. Beast's advice where he was like, make 100 videos and improve something every time.
Okay.
So it was like, even if you're not getting the numbers you want and you feel like your content's not being appreciated, still, you know, going out of your way to say, okay, well, I can make this better in the meantime, so that when people do eventually start flooding in, at least my content is on a level that I'm satisfied delivering.
So what I hear is, just struck me hard. He's full-blown magnet right now. No chasing it. Full-blown magnet, and he's increasing his magnetic force and just waiting. Waiting for that negative to run. And that's all he's doing, waiting for all the negatives.
Let's see it.
And it's a complete opposite from what we doing. Your mentality complete opposite from mine. What you gotta say before I go into that? What you gotta say about hearing that? 'Cause we went kind of long.
I think you always have to make changes. Not always have to make changes. Not like change what you're doing and who you are, but like improvements. Make improvements. Always make slight improvements. That's all I gotta say about that. I think, yeah, like I said, it's always gonna have to be some changes.
Let me pinpoint improvements.
Even if it's just a quality improvement.
Cause that made me think adaptation. DDG, what did he do? He's a master of adapting to what's in the market. I'm gonna keep it 100. He's a master at adapting to what's in the market. For instance, he video game. He adapt because he knows what's popular. You know what I'm saying? You may not fully 100% like it right now, but you know what's there. So he still brings his own person. Basically, like I always quote the Bruce Lee. Water in this cup could form a bottle. Water in the bowl could be a bowl. But at the same, one thing that didn't change, it was still water. It never changed who he was.
Yeah, you brought your personality over to this thing over there.
You know, but that's still popular. You're not really changing, but you're adapting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah. But
did you mean that too, or do you against that? Like, how do y'all feel? Cause
no, I agree with that because content changes over time. Like what people were doing 5 years ago ain't what they doing no more. Like DDG started by vlogging, and that's when vlogging was really popular. Now he's like, in terms of content creation, now he's doing like streaming.
Yeah,
like everybody's into streaming. Yeah, so it's just having the ability to say, okay, this is the direction it's going in, so I'm gonna go with it rather than get left behind doing the same stuff I was doing.
No fact.
Way back then.
Now this is a good one right here. People will look at that as biting and copying. How you deal with those? You know what I'm saying? How would you deal with them?
Don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Because they will assault you with that. Like, oh, you stole. They do
that all the time.
Yeah,
they do it all the time. But those people they stop saying all that shit after.
I mean,
like, it's like people will say that. I can't give an example right now. It just happens all the time though. They be like, "Oh, you biting," and then it kind of just runs off, and you still got that little fame that you got from it. Still, you can run with it.
What you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, people are gonna hate on you regardless. So like, no matter how big you get, you're still gonna have people that are hating on what you're doing or saying you're copying somebody else. Like people, when they watch my clips on TikTok, they say I'm acting like Berleezy or somebody like that. But it's like, I'm just making the content I enjoy making.
Mm-hmm.
I call TikTok the deaf comedy jam of social media because everybody on there's got an opinion that they feel the need they gotta give to you. So, but that's what happens when you put yourself on the internet. It's like everybody's gonna have an opinion. So.
They're all gonna have an opinion, and pinpointing that mindset, right? I lost my train of thought, and it's unfortunate because I had a brilliant idea on that regards. That's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. But pointing it out too, this is what I'm gonna add to that. You could be the pioneer, but you could be the pioneer for that field, but not the best at it. You get it? You look at me confused.
No, I know what you're saying. It's like how Aiden Ross started with the rappers on the streams, but Kai ran with it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you could use that as a shield, cause it's like when you an extrovert like me, them voices get to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It gets to you. So you have to really be reclusive in it.
I don't know what you just meant by that. What voices get you?
Opinions.
People talking like,
okay.
Especially if you take pride in something, like you put your all into something, and somebody's like hating on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's you as well.
Yeah,
Is that more
when I
common?
started.
Is that like a more common thing?
Yeah, there's more extroverts than introverts.
Oh.
That's an extrovert personality. All right, y'all. We out of here. Episode 12. Like and subscribe. Y'all fuck with the content. We here with a special guest. You can shout your stuff out.
It's Pharaoh on YouTube. I'm gonna spell it for you. UHHPHARO, and that's all my socials too.
So, we're gonna have it at the end. I'm gonna show y'all the pages and stuff so y'all can really see it. And that's it. We out. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.